Hello guys and good morning. How are you? Let's start talking about the topic you saw last class with your teacher. According to my notes, you were talking about the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. So in this case, I have a question for you guys. What do you know about present perfect and present perfect continuous? What's the difference in structure and what's the difference in meaning? I'm gonna give you time to think about it, and you can type your answers in the comments. You can pause the video and write your comments telling me the differences you see between present perfect and present perfect continuous. Okay, great. Now, let me show you something. It's time to watch a video in which will we see these differences. So, just give me a moment, please.
We use the present perfect and the present perfect continuous for both finished and unfinished actions. Let's take a quick look at how we form them before we start comparing them. So the present perfect is have has plus the past participle, I have worked. The negative, have and has plus not, plus the past participle, I have not worked. And as a question, have or has plus the subject plus the past participle. Have I worked?
Okay, so in this case, it's important to mention, guys, that we have the used auxiliaries have or has. In this case, have or has is not a verb. It's working as an auxiliary. It's the auxiliary we use for the perfect tenses in English. We use have or has for present perfect because it's a perfect tense, present perfect continuous, but not only that. You can use them with past perfect, future perfect, and other perfect tenses. Well, yes, because it's the auxiliary, we use I with I, you, we, and they, we use have. And for the third singular person, he, she, it, we use has. The negative is in the auxiliary as in all the English grammar. If I have, the negative is have not, or the contraction haven't. Remember, haven't, it's only an auxiliary for perfect tenses, and it's not the negative form for the verb to have. In that case, we need to use don't. I don't have money to indicate possession, or in this case, the absence of a possession. And we don't say I haven't money, which is possible in British grammar, but it's not common to use in international or American English. So in this case, haven't or hasn't for he, she, it are the auxiliary verbs for perfect tenses, right? So let's continue watching the video.
Now let's take a look at how we form the present perfect continuous. The positive is has or has plus been plus verb ing. I have been working. The negative, we just put in a not. Has or have not been verb ing. I have not been working. And as a question, we have has or have plus subject plus been plus verb ing. Have I been working?
Okay, so, well, again, in the present perfect continuous, the difference with present perfect is that we have the subject, I, you, have, the auxiliary of have or has, for perfect tenses. Then we have been, the verb in past participle, but it's not any verb like in the present perfect. In the present perfect continuous, it's only verb to be. I have been, but the idea is not complete. Here we need a complement, which is the ing form of the verb, indicating that the action has been in progress or was in progress during a moment in the past. I have been working for 6 hours. So I have been using my time in this activity. Okay, well, the negative is with not. I haven't been working so long today because I began just 5 minutes ago, for example. So let's continue watching the video.
It's important to note that we cannot use the present perfect continuous with stative verbs. Stative verbs don't refer to a physical action. They express something that is permanent. They express a state or a condition. To like, to love, to believe, to know, to understand. You can say, I've known her for years. You cannot say, I've been knowing her for years. You can say, I've been here for a while. You cannot say, I've been being here for a while. Just so that's clear. We can use the present.
Okay, so in this case, it's really important to mention it's for all the progressive tenses, not only for present perfect continuous, but for present continuous, past continuous, we cannot use stative or state verbs because they don't represent an action. So if they don't represent an action, they cannot be in progress, right? So we are not doing anything but mental activity, etc. So in these cases, we cannot use the progressive tense. So you cannot say, I've been knowing her for years, like expressing that you met her once and then you have known her for this period of time, but you have not been knowing her. Yeah, there are some times when we cannot use this for the verb to think. For example, when it expresses an opinion, yeah, you cannot say, I've been thinking that this president is a good president or a bad president, right? Because your opinion is there. Yeah, you can use for other situations like I've been thinking about you, for example, because that represents an action. Then this is the idea for these states or stative verbs like she mentioned, love, like, and etc. Let's continue watching this interesting video to see more differences between present perfect and present perfect continuous.
Perfect and the present perfect continuous. To talk about actions, unfinished actions that started in the past and are still true now. We often use them with since and for. I have lived in England for 3 years. I have been studying English since 2003. I've been studying English since 2017. Now, sometimes.
So in this case, it's important to mention that for is used as a time expression to express the period of time. So she's talking for 3 years. The period of time represents 3 years. And on the other side, we use since to mention the beginning of this period of time, since 2003. It's the beginning of that period, but I'm not mentioning the period of time, just the beginning of the period since. And then for 3 years, I mentioned the period of time. Great. It's time to continue watching this video.
Especially with the verbs study, live, and work, there is no real difference in meaning between the two. I've lived in England for 3 years. I've been living in England for 3 years. They mean the same thing. I've studied English since 2017. I've been studying English since 2017. Again, they mean the same thing. She has worked here for 6 months. She has been working here for 6 months. Once again, they mean the same thing. So I hope that clears up some of your doubts.
Perfect. Now, if you still have questions about the present perfect, the differences with present perfect continuous, you can type your questions on the comments on this video. It's time to continue with another activity, so let's go to this. Just give me a moment, please. I will leave a link here to answer some exercises online. You can click on the link and answer the exercises. Then you can take a screenshot and send your results to your teacher via WhatsApp. Yes, in this moment you can pause the video and go to the exercise, because we will work on this exercise here. You can check your answers here too. Yeah, so remember, the link is going to be in the comments of this video or in the information from this video. Well, present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Exercise 1. Choose the present perfect simple or present perfect continuous to complete the sentences below. If both tenses are possible, use the present perfect continuous. So what we have to do here is to check. Number 1, I and my legs are really tired now. So I've been cycling and my legs are really tired now, or I've cycled and my legs are really tired now. Well, in this case, you have to select the correct option. If you consider it's I've been cycling, you click there, or I've cycled, you click here, right? Then continue with the other. I'm sorry, I'm late for a long time. So at the end of the exercise, when you finish the 10 questions, you can click on check answers. Once you've done this, it's gonna give you your results. You've completed this test. Correct answers 1 out of 10. Your score is 10%. Check your answers. So number 1, we selected to be in cycling the present perfect continuous, because we use the present perfect continuous with dynamic verbs for situations which started in the past and have not finished or have just finished. We use the present perfect continuous when the present result comes from the process of doing the action. Yeah, in this case, my legs are tired. Why? Because I've been cycling. Yes? In this case, it's marked the wrong answer for numbers 2, 3, 4, and so on, because we didn't answer them. So this is the moment in which you can pause the video and answer the exercise. Yes? Once you've finished the exercise, you've taken the screenshot and sent to your teacher, you can come back to the video and we can check the answers together. Yeah? So go and answer the exercise, please. Okay, guys, now that you've finished your exercise and you've sent your results to your teacher, let's check the answers. Okay, here we have, well, in this case, I've already answered the exercise. You have completed this test. Correct answers, 10 out of 10. Your score is 100. So as we had said before, I've been cycling. For number 2, I'm sorry, I'm late. Have you been waiting for a long time? Yes, because the person is waiting and still waiting. How long have you known Peter? As we mentioned before, known is a state verb which cannot be used in present perfect continuous, but possible in present perfect. Number 4, somebody has eaten my cookies. There are none left. In this case, we mentioned someone has done that in the past and it's not a continuous action in this moment. But somebody has been eating my cookies. In number 5, there are very few left. Because they are not over, we can use the present perfect continuous, has been eating. As a matter of fact, well, you can see the explanation here why we use the different tenses. You can read this carefully, just if you want to know more. For number 6, how many books has she written? Yeah. Number 7, she must be tired. She's been writing all afternoon, yeah, and continues doing that action. So she's been doing this. You are emphasizing this idea. Number 8, I've been reading all afternoon. This action hasn't finished and has been in progress all afternoon, but I read 5 chapters because the 5 chapters are over. Yes. Number 9, I think I've liked chocolate since I was born. Yeah, like is not a verb in progress, and they have been traveling for months. They continue traveling and they have visited 3 countries so far. So these countries were visited in the past and they will visit more because the action hasn't finished yet. Okay, guys, well, it's time to continue now. And let's see some exercises on the book. Let's go to the book. Please open your book, student's book, and go to page 53. According to my notes, you were working with your teacher and you stopped on exercise 7. So it's time to answer exercise 7. Here, you can see match sentences 1 to 7 with replies A to E. Then complete the replies with the present perfect continuous or present perfect form of the verbs in the box. So you have the verbs learn, wait, play, not be, the negative of be, and not study, study in negative. The question is, number 1, did you know there are no buses today? Have you passed your driving test yet for number 2? Number 3, why is John so tired? Number 4, your French isn't very good, is it? And number 5, what's wrong with Rob? Then you have to match these questions with the answers A to E. A, no, it isn't. I eat for very long because he basketball all day. No, I didn't. Here at the bus stop for ages. No, I haven't. To drive for 3 years now, and I'm not sure, but he happy since he failed the exam. So, well, let's do number 1 together, guys. Here we have, did you know there are no buses today? Well, I think the answer here should be for number 1. No, I didn't. For the yes, no question, I need yes, no answer. So, did you know? No, I didn't know. No, I didn't. I here at the bus stop for ages. So, now you have to complete the answer with present perfect or present perfect continuous. In this case, I consider it should be wait, the verb. Yeah, so, no, I didn't. I have been waiting here at the bus stop for ages. So this would be my complement here. It should be here in the middle, but I'm gonna place here because we don't have enough space. So now you have to continue with numbers 2 to 5, matching the questions with the answers and completing the answers with present perfect or present perfect continuous. So this is the moment where you can pause the video, answer the exercise, and when you come back to the video, we will check our answers together. Come on, go there, guys, work individually on this activity. Okay, well, now it's time to check the answers. In number 2, we have you passed your driving test yet? So in this case, the answer must be no or yes. In this case, the question is with present perfect. So no, I haven't, because haven't is the negative auxiliary for the present perfect tense, and the question is in present perfect, so I suppose the answer must be in present perfect. No, I haven't. I've to drive for 3 years now. Yes, so no, the person hasn't passed. So, well, let's cross out here the verb wait that we used in exercise, well, in the first one. And number 1, so it's gone. Then I have the option to use learn, play, not be, not study. So maybe here we can use not be. The verb to be we will use here. I will cross this one and I write my answer. No, I think it's negative, so I haven't. Then verb to be in past participle, I haven't been maybe able. I haven't been able to drive for 3 years now. It's a possibility. What other option do you think we have? Well, let's check the answers in the book. Here, for number 1, we have haven't been studying, letter C. Number 2 is letter D. And it's I've been learning. Oh my God. It's not be, it's learn. So change for learn, and the sentence should say in affirmative. I have been, I have been, yes, because it's present perfect continuous, and then learning. I have been learning to drive for 3 years now, but he hasn't passed the driving test. Oh my God. 3 years of learning? It's a lot of time. I think that person should have passed the driving test in this moment. Anyways, well, now let's check what we have for number 3. In our answers, we have number 3 is letter B. And letter B is has been playing. So we match here the number 3 with letter B. We have question why, and then we have answer because. So yes, it makes sense. Why is John so tired? And then we will use the verb play, or to play here in the past participle form. Or let me see, why is John so tired? Because he has been playing. It's a possibility, it's an action in progress. He has been playing all day. The day maybe hasn't finished. Then if we check the answer for number 4, we have letter A, and studying in negative present perfect continuous. So here you should have written this on your answers. Well, first of all, your French isn't very good, is it? And the answer is A. No, I negative haven't been studying. I haven't been studying it for a very long. Oh my God. Perfect. Well, and the last one is number 5, guys. In this case, we have letter E. Hasn't been with in present perfect. So we have used in the previous answer the verb to study, and now in this moment we will use the verb to be in negative. So the answer for number 5, what's wrong with Rob is letter E. And the complement is, I'm not sure, but he hasn't, negative, hasn't, and then verb to be, been. He hasn't been happy since he failed that exam. We cannot use present perfect continuous in this case because it's not an action. Yes? To be happy is not an action. So these are the answers. I hope you have gotten all your answers correct. So in this moment, you can write or type on the comments your results so that your teacher can see them. Well, guys, let me erase here. And it's time to continue. So let's close this exercise. And then we have exercise 8. Here we have pronunciation, the weak form of being. Listen to replies A to E from exercise 7. Is the word being stressed? Does it have a long or short vowel sound? So let's listen to the answers. Let's listen to the audio.
A. No, it isn't. I haven't been studying it for very long. B. Because he's been playing basketball all day. C. No, I didn't. I've been waiting here at the bus stop for ages. D. No, I haven't. I've been learning to drive for 3 years now. E. I'm not sure, but he hasn't been happy since he failed that exam.
Okay, guys, as you were able to notice, no, the being is not stressed. It's a weak form, yes, which has the short vowel sound, been, not being, it's been in the pronunciation. So we say, for example, no, it isn't. I haven't been studying it for very long. So repeat the sentences, please. Because he's been playing basketball all day. Repeat. Let's continue with next. No, I didn't. I've been waiting here at the bus stop for ages. Repeat. Okay. Great. Now, no, I haven't. I've been learning to drive for 3 years now. Repeat. Great. Now, I'm not sure, but he hasn't been happy since he failed the exam. Repeat, please. Excellent, guys. You can check your pronunciation. You can repeat the sentences as many times as you want. Let's continue. Now, let me close here. And it's time to go for another activity. Okay, guys, let's go to a writing activity. On this activity, let's start. You need a piece of paper or a notebook, a pen or a pencil. What do you have to do? Well, in this case, I think you will have to write sentences with the things you have done in your life and with the things you have been doing so far. For example, you can write sentences like, I have visited 3 countries in the world. Yeah, I am planning to visit more countries. Yes, the action hasn't finished yet. You can say, I have been traveling in the last years, and you consider to continue doing that activity. You can say, for example, I have studied English for 1 year, and I have been practicing English during this year. Yes, so you can give me sentences expressing the same ideas using the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. So you will write your sentences if you want on this piece of paper, and then when you finish, you'll take a picture and you will send your activity in the WhatsApp group so that your teacher or myself can check your answers and give you feedback. So it's time for writing. Pause the video and write your sentences, please, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, fantastic. Now that you have been working on these sentences and that you have sent to your teacher, it's time to continue. It's time to go to the workbook. The workbook is very important because we have some exercises in which we can practice what we are seeing in the classes. So let's check this. Let's go to the workbook. It's unit 6. The page is 34. The exercise about grammar, number 1. Grammar, present perfect, continuous, and present perfect. This is the exercise. Choose the correct options to complete the sentences. Ed has his friend's birthday every year for the last 40 years. So option A, Ed has remembered his friend's birthday every year for the last 40 years, or Ed has been remembering his friend's birthday every year for the last 40 years. Number 2, how long have you been spending studying today? Number 3, Gabby has cleaned the house all morning, or Gabby has been cleaning the house all morning. Number 4, I hope you haven't waiting very long, or I hope you haven't been waiting very long. So you have to choose the correct option to answer this exercise. Perfect, guys. It's moment to pause the video and answer the exercise. You can copy the sentences on your notebook if you don't have or if you haven't printed the workbook. Come on, work on this exercise. I'll be back with you in some minutes. Great, guys. It's the moment for checking the answers. I will show you. Number 1 is A. Ed has remembered his friend's birthday every year for the last 40 years. This is a mental activity. It's not an action verb. Then, number 2 is A as well. How long have you been studying today? Not spending, not been spending. Number 3 is letter B. Gabby has been cleaning the house all morning. Number 4 is letter B. I hope you haven't been waiting very long. Number 5 is letter A. Rex has been a member of this club for almost 5 years. Number 6 is A. My parents have owned this house since 1998. And number 7, I'm so tired. I've been chopping wood for the fire. Oh my God, it's a hard activity. And number 8, what has Martha been doing? She's covered in mud. Oh my God, well, she's been playing in the mud, I think. Maybe it's been raining. Okay, well, those are the answers, guys. How many good answers did you get in this exercise? I hope that you have gotten them all. Well, if not, don't worry. You are learning here. Well, let me close this exercise and I will show you exercise number 2. Complete the conversation with the verbs in the box. Use the present perfect continuous or present perfect form. You have the verbs practice, know, mean, have, take, learn in negative, not learn, and play. Well, guys, this is going to be your homework. So you can pause the video here to copy the exercise, copy the conversation on your notebook and write the correct answers. When you finish doing this exercise, you will take a photo and send it to the WhatsApp group in order to be checked by your teacher or by me and send you feedback. Yes? If you have any questions about the things we've seen today, you can write or type on the comments on this video. This video is going to be available in YouTube, and I will send you the link. Okay? Well, guys, thank you very much for your attention today. It's been all for today. I had planned some other activities like a Kahoot game and the grammar practice, but it's impossible when students are not in class. But if you come to the next class, if you connect to the next class, we'll be able to have these practices, right? Thank you very much for your attention and attendance, guys. See you next class. Bye-bye.